we felt it was important to have a male perspective on this one, actually, which is one of the reasons we also
so
asked
much.
Brendan to stay. No, but actually, I know we are laughing about this, but there is a serious point behind it, OK, which is the fact we're laughing about it. And if it was something about female body confidence, we probably wouldn't. Because it's been reported that penis fillers, which are designed to increase a man's girth, not the length of his penis, are on the increase. And first instinct can be to have a little laugh. I can hear you all. Everyone's stifling a laugh. But actually, that's what we're asking. Should we be more sympathetic to men with body confidence issues? And I do think, you know, if this was us saying, oh, you know, more women are turning to breast implants because their body confidence is low, because they have, you know, no breasts, we probably wouldn't be laughing. So did you have a little titter? And then do you start thinking about, oh, what is this? And wow.
I know from personal experience as well, I was a very late developer. I didn't go through puberty until 15, and I had kids in my class that had full beards. I still can't grow a full beard. So I know that feeling of, like, inadequacy and do I belong? Is everything all right? Is this ever going to happen? Am I small? And actually, I mean, if you think about all the topics, every time I've had many conversations about, oh, he's got a small winky, and not me personally, but just to clarify, just to clear that up right now, and there is a certain amount of, am I the same as everybody else? And I know through having conversations with women about breast size, and especially if you've had breasts and they are now not as pert or and I know.
But as a dancer, Brendan, obviously you're all changing and taking your clothes off and things, and you must compare yourself to other men, or in the gym, or in the gym.
Well, you know, there's nothing like looking down at the urinal and you go, bloody hell.
Yeah.
It is
Does
quite...
that happen a lot, though, or is that a myth? Because I don't know about you girls, but I've not come into contact with something that was so, you know... No, like outrageously large. Everyone talks about it, but I feel like it's a myth. And most people
are a myth, isn't it? Isn't it?
Most people are the same size.
Isn't it men putting pressure on men?
I think it's society putting pressure on men.
I don't know any women that would look at a man's... well, we don't like to look at it generally, but that would look and say, oh, I don't think that's the right shape.
But you might feel without being too...
But you wouldn't say anything.
I might feel it is. Because this is... I've just got to say, this is not about the length of...
No, it's about a man's flaccid...
And so they're saying if it's... well, because you have to say it. Because, again, if we were talking about women, if we were using funny little words, we'd be absolutely probably taken off air.
But it comes down to self-esteem.
Well, this is the thing as well. In society, with social media and what have you, everybody's lives look so perfect, everybody's body looks so perfect, and we all have insecurities. A case in point, a friend of mine has a couple of moles on just beside his nose. He is a handsome fella, and that's all he thinks about. Yet every single person that ever sees him goes, yeah, he's a good-looking fella, isn't he? And nobody sees those moles, those particular moles. We all have insecurities, and I learnt it took me 20 to 25 years to realise that nobody actually cared what I looked like. Everyone's worried about themselves. And if you think about every time you get dressed, you go, right, do I look right? You walk into a party, do I fit in?
How you look is one thing, but for a man, this is also about sexual performance,
it's
if I can use those words. So what they're saying is, you're right, Stacey, a lot of women are saying it's not about, they don't care about the length. It's actually for sexual fulfilment.
But you have to keep going back as well, don't you? Because it's like any other filler that you put,
but that's
it
what
goes
worries
after
me as
3
well,
months.
is that fillers aren't always administered safely. Also, have you ever seen some people's lip fillers where it turns into little lumps and balls and stuff?
Also happen?
I mean, does that happen?
People are actually doing it
scary.
themselves.
Oh, God.
Would you do it if you had an issue with your bits and pieces?
I suppose it depends on the situation you're in as well. Like if you're in a relationship, let's say you've been happily together with somebody and they don't have a problem with it, it's probably going to be less of an issue for you. If you're single and you're worried about it, and it becomes something where performance, I know a lot of men suffer with performance. Maybe that's part of the performance.
It's
so yes,
like...
you should get something done, but
the one thing that men define themselves by as well,
because
isn't it? It's such a huge deal.
Because it's ingrained in you from an early age.
Yeah.
Have you got a small one or you got a big one? Oh, I've got a big one. Most people have got a fairly normal-sized penis. So on a personal note, I had issues when I was born where I had something called hypospadias. You can look that up if you want. And that also made me very self-conscious about... it's where your penis isn't fully developed, or it's got something, an issue. So that was a major thing for me all through. I had 12 operations from the age of 2 to 12. I've never actually said this on television. What the hell are you doing? And I'm an honest person. And that made me question whether everything was normal, whether it worked, whether I was like everybody else, until I was probably 16, 18, even into my early 20s. There were still question marks. Is it like everyone else's? Because we all have insecurities. But once you get over that, and maybe you need counselling, maybe you need friends, good friends, maybe you need a good relationship.
Well, men don't talk. That's we said that this morning, didn't we? I think men probably don't. If that was girls, we'd be going, can I just ask you, have a look at this? Does this look right to you? Or is this normal? Or what about yours? But men don't tend to do that.
No, it's all,
it's all
we're strong.
bravado.
We are strong.
Yeah.
I mean, but ultimately, a lot of us are vulnerable but strong.
Oh, there you go.